Got here, and it's time to talk about Hell's Paradise. We have episode 2, and this one is probably one of the best episodes in the entire series, including season 1, which is funny because there wasn't a lot of action in this episode. Mainly it was a lot more focused on character development, character interactions, and introspections from both of them. We had the conflict starting last week with Chobei versus Gabimaru. Gabimaru still dealing with his memory loss. And I'm happy. Like I said last week, they didn't made this amnesia memory loss thing just go on towards the end of the season or something like that. It was resolved here. It was resolved pretty well, honestly. I really like this one, and especially my favorite part of the episode was towards the end, which we're gonna get to that here. And of course, things are getting a lot more interesting here. We finally have a main group, so to say. But anyway, let's start from the beginning of the episode, and then see where it goes here. What I liked was probably the fight for both Chobei and Gabimaru. While they're exhausted themselves, I like that Gabimaru lost his reason for fighting, and Chobei lost himself in his reason for fighting. That was a nice dynamic between them there. Gabimaru without his memory, and Chobei becoming a monster for his brother there, and how much they're codependent on each other here. And yes, Chobei was overwhelming Gabi here. He kind of consumed himself, and Sagiri made a really good point this episode. We've seen Gabimaru kind of being in constant fights since the beginning of the series, basically, and kind of exhausted himself more and more and more, and this got him to breaking point, learning a new power with Tao and so on, losing his memory, more and more consumed himself. And that picture that we saw him looking like a ghoul when Shion saw him kind of puts that a lot more into perspective. So this is why I really like this episode quite a lot. And then we see on the other side Chobei being in that void, inner world, that he couldn't distinguish between anything or reality. They're losing himself in that void, and still lashing out at anything and everything. And Gabimaru was about to lose, but before he was about to sacrifice himself, he was still in that ninja hollow mode, saying, I'm gonna take out the enemy, even if another ninja is gonna take my place, do as much as I can with my life. He saw himself like a tool here. A last lingering whisper, a remnant of his memory of his wife said something in his ear, stopped him from going through with that. And then we also had Toma doing something similar for Chobei, finally realizing how much Chobei was consuming himself also for his own well-being here. And Gante's word kind of reached a bit Toma. And Gante throughout this episode was really fun, especially focusing on boobs, ass. And the one-liners commentary. I like him as a character quite a lot. He's very funny, but he also brings up some very good points there. And Toma tries to stop Chobei, runs in front of him, actually gets wounded and kind of snaps Chobei out of it here. And Gabi uses that as a chance to go for the kill. Mei uses her powers again to stop him collapsing the ground here, and she grows up again, and Gante instantly, oh, she's really cute right now. Man, Gante is such a great character. But yeah, we still have a lot of questions with Mei. The more she uses her power, the more she grows up. Is it gonna be she's gonna grow old and die, consume herself, or is she gonna have a stopping point? Is she gonna be able to carry proper conversations right now besides just saying a few words? I understood when she said strength and weak what she means with that, but I want her to actually have a proper conversation. I'm really liking the tree guy with his inner monologue there, thinking how much the humans, them being special, kind of being here on this island, is gonna have huge ramifications and changes to what has been going on here for so long. So this is why I really like this episode. There's a lot of it to unpack there, but like I said, Gabi went for the kill there, Mei stopping him, and he still throws a rock at Chobei. Chobei falls down and says his last words to Toma, wait for me, he's gonna be back here probably. And Toma has a lot of things to deal with here, to say the least. But we also see Sagiri's group on the other side, thinking about the mystery of this island, what it means, who built all of this, what exactly is happening, all of it here. And they finally run into each other, Gabi's group and Sagiri's group here. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Felt anticlimactic, but in a good way. I liked that it worked out for them to be together instead of spending 5 episodes looking for each other and dealing with this memory loss here we're gonna have with that. And Fuchi, I like Fuchi this episode because he feels like that crazy mad scientist guy, but he actually cared for the people that die. We see him actually crying. Nobody acknowledges it, but he does feel sorry for everybody there. And now they have to deal with Toma being a traitor to Asaemon with this. And I like how Sagiri stops Gante. They were about to fight there, and he's like, hey, we should take care of this guy. He's kind of slowing us down. He did this and that. And Sagiri's like, yeah, but you don't know what he's dealing with, how he got into this situation, what we also have to deal with this here. They both have a point in a way, depending how you look at it, but it wasn't really the time to go for killing Toma. And Chobe is probably gonna be an important ally after they don't jump at each other's throat when he's back. If he's gonna be back, depending how the episode ended, but we're gonna get to that. Yuzuriha stops the fight between Gante and Sagiri from fighting there. Gabimaru wakes up because Gante knocked him out. He wouldn't stop fighting here. Still has no memories. Still tries to play dumb here. And Sagiri instantly realized, who are you? That he's not Gabimaru, when he said it doesn't matter if he dies, because their entire conversation, how they met, how they got to know each other, she really got to understand him, how much he cares for his wife and how far he's willing to go to stay alive for her, not to die. Considering how the first episode started with him wanting to die consciously but not subconsciously. She was the one that made him realize he wants to stay alive. So this helped her recognize that wasn't the real Gabimaru here, and he instantly goes on the attack, but he's really weakened. And Shion looks at him with the Tau vision, and god damn, he looked like a ghoul. They're like consumed fully, and here making the point he has been fighting since the beginning and consuming his life force basically, not just his body. And I like the healing techniques that we have from Saga. She was enjoying that quite a lot. Tries to heal him with compatible Tau from her, and saying, I'm not an enemy, and thinking to herself, I'm an important ally, considering how their relationship started, where they are now. Of course, he refuses help. She gets frustrated, pushes him down, and they do a bit of bochu jutsu, not fully into sex there, consuming the act, so to say, but very playful, close to that. That was such a fun scene here. And even Yuzuriha got a bit, oh, I didn't know Sagiri has that in her. And she was definitely enjoying it here, thanks to her transfer of Tau. Kinda showing there could be a way without improving Tau, without actually going through with the sex act here. Not that sex is wrong, don't get me wrong here, but could work with more ways, and depending how you look at things, not just how the Tencent view this perspective with Tau, which I hope they're gonna explore this a bit more, because the Tencent definitely have a monopoly so far on this here. But after that we see Chobei coming to his senses, fully realizing he lost himself. Monster shows up, he has to fight with them. We're gonna get back to Chobei, and Gabi finally gets his memory back, slowly, piece by piece. Here apologizes. It's kind of funny seeing him in that position there to apologize here, but I like Yuzuriha being blunt, which I'm happy. I hope more characters, more series, more everything do this. I'm tired of miscommunication being an issue. Like, just say what you wanna say, when you wanna say it, stop holding back, holding secrets, what ifs, just communicate more. I wish more characters would communicate. She instantly says, hey, what if your wife isn't, Blunt says, your wife isn't real, they're just controlling you from the village, the conversation she had with Sagiri there. And I'm happy they didn't hold that to themselves and just play it along and until it comes to the surface at the wrong moment, and Gabimaru is fighting a serious enemy and his mind goes all blank because somebody put this idea into his head. I'm very happy they did this right now, and his memory at the same time. And Gabi says he will see when he gets there. He's still gonna go through with it. She exists, and like I said, she's real from there. I was kept thinking if they're gonna go that route, how interesting it could it be. But I like this a lot more, that she's real, and usually has just proof she's real. You can't really prove that in that situation. Like, just call her, right? Answer. There's no phones. There's no. How can you prove she's real? But what he does is probably the best thing you can do in that situation, without grander things and stories, just focusing on the small details. How she smells, how he views her, how he spends time with her, how he even thinks of her in the sunset, sunrise, and things like that. And he's fully smitten, like, this guy is fully in love. And I like that a lot. I wish more characters would do this, and story just gets to the point already. No more wasting time on dragging things, miscommunications, misunderstandings, and things like that. Just be honest here. And I like that quite a lot, and even Gante liked it. And saying, so you're dragging us just for your woman. No, correction. She's my wife, and I like you're real, man. They finally found a bit of common ground, understanding each other, and him saying, I'm gonna lend you a hand. And Sean is like, oh, I like that. Thinking of the joke, him having missing a hand, the joke, the small character moments, those are great also. And then the episode ending with Chobe after he beat those monsters, saying they taste like shit. One of the Tencent shows up. So yeah, this was an awesome episode, honestly, which a lot of series could learn from. Just be blunt. Stop with the misunderstandings. I'm repeating myself because it's something that annoys me in anime in general, in movies, in TV shows, and you can have conflict without so many things that can be easily resolved, just to drag the drama along for the sake of it. There's already enough problems to deal with on this island. We don't need more telenovelas, soap opera dramas. And I'm very appreciative of series like this and episodes like this. And Downtime having a lot of focus on character development, not just for the action. Great episode, honestly, with this one, and I'm even more excited for where this series is going to go. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. And we have more Hell's Paradise. I wish more people would watch the series, and I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.